And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the TASG Watch Party on a Tuesday night. This is Star Wars The Acolyte, Episode 3, coming out in the next 15 minutes. Joining us on the other side of things is Damien from which series did we do? We did Bad Batch. Oh,
The Bad Batch.
which one
Yeah.
was it? It was Bad Batch. I was at Mando
Yeah.
Season 3. That was Mark Monarch, but Mark Monarch never switched his schedule, so he is unfortunately unavailable unless he gets available. Ooh, that would be fun. Four-person panel, that would be nice. But it's a good time. Unfortunately, Jensen is unavailable now. I love how this works. So we got Damien on the other side. He missed out on week one, but he did. I did text you about your rate. All right, we had a quick conversation about your ratings for the first two
Yeah.
episodes, and they were pretty interesting to say the least. If you do you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah. I think I gave the first episode what, 7?
Gave episode one a
Yeah.
seven, and he said gave episode two a 5.
Yeah. T- Yeah. Like the story, sort because I'm going into this like blind. I didn't read any of the books or like catch up on any of the Old Republic stuff or High Republic stuff. So I'm like going into this like, oh, I don't know the characters. I know the timeline, but the story so far has been good. Like twin sisters missing. They both think they're dead. Wait, spoiler.
Spoilers if you didn't see episode one or two, or two specifically two.
Yeah. Uh, her old masters helping her find her sister. So that's pretty good so far. But like the my favorite thing about it is the costume design and like the set pieces. They're so
Oh,
like they're
absolutely
beautiful.
stunning. They're very
And then
clean.
yeah, and then I think give episode 2 a 5. Is it was like the thing that saved it was the end when they both saw each other. I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
It was good, but we also had like we would have liked to see that a little bit later on in the series.
Yeah,
Granted, this is an 8 episode run, and we're already at episode 3. So now I think we it is time to kind of delve. Oh, how am I? Where's my character list here? The Dark Side Sister. Um, because this was a show and a conversation with Mark Monarch said that he expected more to delve deeper in the dark side, but also one of the biggest
yeah,
things is the the Jedi are policing, and a lot of people are unsure about that, kind of hypocritical. Um, that the Jedi are essentially, and I think we also had a hinted on this one as well, that the Jedi are essentially doing what the Empire was doing, and
yeah,
so it's kind of hypocritical on their part that you're supposed to be the keepers of the peace, but why are you investigating something so actively instead of taking just a step back? So it's very interesting to see that part of the action. Uh,
yeah. And I think
yeah, go ahead.
sorry. Oh, and I think one of the I forgot who said it was like, oh yeah, they're stationed on one planet. So like they're getting moved station to station, different planets, like keeping it. Like Jedi have power over the planets.
True. The jurisdiction part,
Yeah,
because like there's different Jedi temples on multiple planets, but who's to say for sure what the governing body is? And it kind of goes back into that, uh, you know, as we celebrate 25 years of the Phantom Menace, kind of that political aspect in Star Wars. And this kind of lines up um, with the political dealings in the I had to think about this prequel trilogy. I said original trilogy. Uh, in the prequel trilogy, and it's something that kind of has a little bit of an icky feeling when you're seeing it in action. But nonetheless, it has still spurned many fans of these characters. We already have Soul, a very the Soul Patrol. the Yord Horde. It's a good time. So I'm very happy, and I think Disney should be very happy because this was the largest debut on Disney Plus with over 4 million viewers. After 1 week, Nielsen tracking put it to 11.1 million viewers. That is live plus 7 day rating. So this is the next big thing in the world of Star Wars. And also this Friday, we are going to see Inside Out, which is already tracking for an 85 to $90 million box office opening. So is Disney on a upwards track again? Let's cross their fingers and hope for the best. That is that's coming right up. So Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very fun time, and we are just getting into the thickest summer. Um, Real quick before we continue, I want to give a quick happy birthday shout out um, to one of my friends in the cosplay community, Dom Hernandez. Happy birthday, bro! Uh, Sorry, I just got right. I just got distracted by an email right now.
Oh.
Happy birthday! We got it. I should have vlogged it. I'm kind of pissed off at myself that it didn't. But there was an event in San Diego over the weekend. It was called the Great Prop Swap, where many in the Mandalorian 501st droid builders. Um, it was kind of a showcase, a swap meet of sorts, of costume makers and cosplay creators. And this was in San Diego. Want to support Dom at Reckon Dom, Steve Makes, our good friend, making a Mando, as well as Padawan Pins as well. They made some great stuff, and we had a great time there. We were there with Omar Lopez Jr. And Steve Makes, Steve from the what was it, the Star Wars Night vlog that earlier in May. So I just give a quick shout out as we wait for the clock to strike 6 p.m. It feels weird not saying midnight. When the clock strikes 6 p.m., it's time for the Acolyte. We got 7 minutes to go. But yeah, it was a good time. It was my kind of like it was. I didn't expect it to be more of a true swap meet type situation. So I ended up getting kind of some pieces from. Let me show you all of this. I ended up getting some cosplay pieces for the cosplay build I'm building with for the Mando kit rather that I'm building with Cody Beam. Um, we have a new helmet, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what would you do if I did the entire show in this? Never mind. I would have to take off my thing. But yeah, Resin Cast. Special thanks to Sean at Making a Mando for making this happen. But yeah, it was a fun event. It was a fun event. Follow them all on Instagram, and please, please, please support their content. There it is. All right. So, heading into episode 3, um, we are going to meet Kilnaka in this one. That's all I'm excited for. The Wookiee Jedi is going to be here. He was so hyped up in in a lot of the marketing, especially in the red carpet events. So it's gonna be fun. The only other Wookiee Jedi that we have learned of, at least to, and I don't know about you, is Gungi from the Clone Wars,
Gungi. Love
and
Gungi.
which, by the way, kind of an unsolved mystery of what happened to him still, because he was supposed to play a bigger role in Bad Batch season 2, but in his episode, we just dropped it after that. We never see him again. Is he safe? Is he all right? That is the question. But no, we're going to go 100 years back in time. We're gonna talk. We're gonna see Kelnaka in this one, and as the Jedi slowly but surely get murdered one by one. It's very interesting. Her approach to it. She's like, she just goes up to them. They're minding their own business, and she's like, "Come fight me, bro." Like essentially, that's that. So I'm like, "What is your deal?" And I think we'll slowly figure this out. But also, you could tell that there is a lifetime of regret that Soul has for not keeping the sisters together. There was something there, and I think episode one really showed us that. Um, and I really enjoyed that little dream-like sequence where it's like, why am I blanking on names?
She like crashes that part.
I'm blanking on names. Damn it! I hate myself for this. And I'm a host. That's what hurts. But yeah, in the dream sequence between the sisters and how dark and sinister that got at the closer to the end of that dream sequence. So, oh man, I think we're gonna get some more of that because I think that was one of the best. That was one of the best casting. Sorry, that was one of the best moments ever. So we shall see how that goes here in this one. 3 minutes to go. Any other channel announcements that I have? Probably not really. I'm just so mad I didn't vlog it because I think it was a very vlog worthy thing. The Dad Batch podcast. If you're familiar with that group, the Dad Batch podcast was there and they were doing interviews. So I'm like, there were influencer Carly King was there as well. So it's very interesting. Kind of the it's one of the back at Great Prop Swap. I think that was a moment. That was a one of those events where it's like, how the hell did I get here? How did I go from meeting one person to meeting all these people, these like creators with massive followings, and I'm just here, in their presence, in the same room, breathing the same air as them. It's like one of these days, and I think it's gonna happen. Like one of these days, I'm gonna hang out with someone, and we're just gonna end up meeting like Ashley Eckstein or Matt Lanter,
Oh.
like randomly. It's bound to happen. Like, but nonetheless, I'm very thankful. And I made this post. I talked about it at length in my Star Wars appreciation post every May. That like I'm very thankful to have met these people. Um, to Omar and Steve and Dom and all of them, because I don't think I would be like. It's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time, but also guest interaction. It's a good time. So man, and this is just the start of the summer. That's the best part. There's more events. We got D23 coming up to close things out. So yeah, what a time to be alive. Speaking of what a time to be alive, the time is 5:59. Um, follow along in the lower right hand side as we get ready to go here. 15 seconds. Give me a quick second. Also on Disney Plus, and I just found this out. Uh, all like the first 7 Saw movies are on Disney Plus. What the hell? um, this was reported by Discussing Film, which is very. And there it is. Saw 3, Saw 2, Saw. What is going on? Why is that a thing? The Matthew Perry interview. Why is that on Disney Plus? 21 Jump Street is still up there. No, it's no longer. It was on there on Disney Plus briefly. 6 o'clock now. It means it is time for the Acolyte. One of the big things that the Acolyte, or at least Disney Plus, has done is to omit The run. Oh no, never mind. It's there. They omitted the runtime last week, but they have it back here. Episode 3 is titled Destiny. 44-minute episode. That is the longest so far. On a mysterious planet, the tragic journey of two sisters begins. So we are going to go all the way to the beginning now and see that backstory. Just as I said. So we're gonna go. We're gonna do three, two, one, and go. You're gonna hit play on go. It's probably gonna be an ad to start. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll have a running timer on the lower right hand side. Let me see if it works. Oh, that delay is massive on YouTube. Um, that delay is bad. Hold on. Oh, I put normal latency. Oof. Well, here we go. Um, I'm tapped in. Let's hit the episode, and after Disney Plus logo, we're gonna hit pause, and we're gonna scroll all the way back to the farthest right side, left side. Sorry, farthest left side. All ready?
Does it put like a pause? And then
After the
okay.
logo, Disney Plus, pause, and slide to the left. Ready to
Yep.
go? Alrighty, this is the Star Wars The Acolyte, Episode 3, Season 1, hitting play in 3, 2, 1, go. And here we go. Osha has a twin sister. Let it go. All right. If you remember Book of Boba Fett had was pretty what do you call it? Flashback heavy. So let's see how flashback heavy this episode will be. Ooh. Oh, right off the bat. Brendock. 116 years before the Phantom Menace. Could have sworn I've seen this tree at Galaxy's Edge. This is very beautiful. Oh no. Boonta tree, Boonta Eve. Sorry. High five. You think they're a forced dyad?
Maybe.
Ooh. A Zabrak? Let's go. A Zabrak that's not Maul? Oh, I am loving the diversity in the species here in this show. It's a good time. Bill Fur, welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, we are 4 minutes, 13 seconds. The Acolyte, episode 3. Twin Moons, close to Lothal. Wow, that's a village built into a volcano? Bro.
These sets are getting better and better.
And your ratings are going lower and lower. Spice creams? Oh, so much lore. The world building in this show is incredible. Space Moms during Pride Month. Let's go. Chuck, no corn dogs today, bruh. I'm sorry. Episode's pretty good so far, man. It's still early on, so this show has been a bit of a slow burn, um, but it's very very good. Great explanation of the force. Oh, oh, interesting. I love how everybody's just sitting there. They're like, dang. When you're home alone, you hear a sound. Night Sisters? Or what?
I was about to say
Witches.
that too.
Yeah. This is our get alongs. The get along T-shirt. Attachments. Ooh, damn. If you're just tuning in, 11 minutes, 17 seconds, live on both YouTube and Facebook Live. This is the Acolyte episode 3, part of the TASG watch party. Damn, that is beautiful. Oh, oh no. Disney, I expect to see Spice Creams in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge tomorrow. I want to know what these are. If it's like ice cream with tahine, absolutely. Oh, damn. But they're like, they're on to us. That is some Rapunzel ass thinking right there.
Looks so nice.
I believe it was the eye in Andor that we saw. It was one of those planet by planet rituals. And here we get to see another one here on Brendock. Phantom Menace will have something to say about this for sure.
Thanks.
Haunting music. Interesting. What? Oh my god. Oh, I thought they were literally going to float up. Varosha. Varosha and Mayho. Oh no. Wait a second. No.
Before. He had a nice beard.
Dude looks the dude who looks like Percy Jackson, bro. Honestly, they could have actually had him. They're all so young. Typical. Damn. Oh.
It's Rhett from Rhett and Link.
Uh oh. What sister? No, but they know it already.
Mm,
Immaculate conception. Oh shit.
what? Representing the peace.
Souls. No. Oh. I was like, if soul was the main reason, wow. That's why he is permanently tired. He looks permanently tired. Like years of regret of something. And I think it's this event.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. If you're just tuning in, 21 minute, 22 minutes exact on the TASU watch party. Damn. They're going to prick your finger and they're going to test you for your M count. Yikes. Kevin on Facebook, welcome to the live stream, fam. If you are tuning in, we are at 24 minutes 35 seconds live with Damien. On the other side, Razor Crest. Looks like it.
A little bit. You know,
Oh, never mind. It's so much larger.
like a mini cruiser.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it is. It is the M count test. What the heck? Wow. Okay, Leslie Headland. Okay. I see what you're doing out here. Loth Cat. Gas light. Oh. Ooh. I want some railings and the Death Star. Um, it feels like propaganda.
Using gaslight to get him to join.
Yeah. And there, like, she took the bait. past. Oh, she knew. Unless, unless he did. I want to be where the people are.
Where they run.
She was ready to throw hands. Oh man. Just like mothers like daughters, they are very similar to each other. Osha, I keep forgetting her name, is very gentle. Mother Coral and May are very straightforward.
Yeah.
They take from each other. You're discussing it in front of everybody there.
Mhm.
They're just probably standing and watching. The little toys on the side. Space, My Little Pony.
Those be a Todorian toy maker.
Yeah. Triangle Book. What the fuck? Whoa. That escalated quick. I'm not gonna let you go, so I will kill you. What the fuck? Oh my god. If you're just tuning in, 33 minutes, 10 seconds. Ain't no way. So the fire is all May's fault. Can you imagine the level of sabotage at that age to want to kill your sibling just because? Like, think about this. You know,
That's
the worst parentee. I won't let you go with him, so I'll burn the house down. Oh my god. There is something terribly wrong with May because that is extremely evil, diabolical with that child. And seeing that at this age is wild to me. They must be like what, 8, 9, 10? So young.
Yeah, about there.
I can only wonder what's going on up at the surface. May, what the fuck did you do? Honestly, like, I killed her? May, I swear to God, shut the fuck up. And he saved both. Soul saved both. Soul saved both. May obviously didn't want to go. So Osha went with him instead. And it's been a. I think that is what we're leaning towards. That is a way better. I mean, we may should talk about it now, but I'd say that's a much better reaction than Hayden Christensen in episode 2. Wild, wild. And so now we are up to present day, or are we still here in?
Oh,
No, we're still in the past. No, no, still in the past. That ought to give you PTSD. Soul has always been gentle, and I like seeing that, making her feel comfortable in this time. Damn. Oh, he keeps paying them back. 37, 38 minutes. She's still there?
we may go from there.
Kogo Nada. Well, I
Jeez.
this was this was fire.
That's not where I thought it was gonna go.
I it, this was a slow burn, and I think that, yeah, I gotta get used to this. But I also kind of called it when I said that at some point we're gonna find out what happened, and it just so happens to be this episode. So, um, the backstory of the two sisters, and in their little, do I dare say, cult of witches? I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
their coven of
Force switches.
chaos, their coven of chaos. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting to see a little bit more of their background. And this is the event that tore these sisters apart. The fire and the Jedi.
Jedi.
Um, it answers a lot of the questions that we had in the first two episodes. So instead of taking a step forward, we took a step back just to see what happens. And yet, I'm very happy with what I saw. Um, we got to see a lot of emotion, which is something that you really don't get too much of here in Star Wars that much anymore. Um, so that's a good plus. Um, but yeah, Damien, what are some standouts that you noticed?
The the I don't recall like the dark magic that like when she took over
Yes,
the Padawan.
yeah,
That was pretty cool.
that was
I want to know what that
that's
is.
pretty dark. That's pretty dark magic. So, Mark, if you're listening, if you're tuning in, if you which you were hoping for some dark side stuff, I think you got some today. Um, it's like a whole different subsect. It feels very Night Sister
Hmm.
like some sort of subsection of that. Um, but another thing that really adds to the unsettledness of the Jedi is that it to me it sounds like they've been spying on the twins, and
Yeah,
it's it it's in the forefront in this episode that they may be kidnappers. Just you know, you're a Jedi, and then they'll brainwash them. They'll make them do the test, but it's very iffy, and I don't know how to feel about that.
they just want all Force users to be Jedi.
Yeah,
It's like,
they want to, and I think that there's well, it's hard to say because again, this is High Republic here, so
mhm.
the Sith isn't as big as it is at the time of Phantom Menace, but they are rising. So are they that much of a threat already that the Jedi will do at any cost to make any new Force sensitive children Jedi? Because that's what the Sith does in the dark side. That's what the Empire does in the original trilogy. So here, as we had 100 years before that, I think we're seeing kind of that stockpiling of Jedi younglings, Padawans, Padawan learners, and what have you, just to get ready for that rising threat of the dark side. So the big question is, how much of a threat is the dark side already in this part of Star Wars? And I think that's something that we may get to explore here in this one. Kimir, um, Manny Jacinto's character, Kimir, kind of gives off those vibes. But also, we saw at the end of episode one, the dark sider ignite that lightsaber, and so far,
Mhm.
2 episodes later, we still haven't figured that out. We may figure that out some point later on in the season, but it would like to see May's relationship with that and with Kamir um, as the season progresses. Anything else that stood out to you?
We got like a I don't know if you saw it like when the mother I forget her name was like showing them the Force. Like you can actually see it in her hands.
Yeah,
Like it was like a little like distortion. It's kind of cool. Like you don't really see that anywhere.
a visual happenstance of the Force.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting, and I'm gonna pair a quote here. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many. Um, I feel like that could be then one of the next battle cries that we hear at a convention. Star Wars
Mhm.
Celebration's coming up in 26 and 25 rather. So we may see that in a little bit because this I think is pretty cool. Um, it's it's a new aspect of Star Wars that we haven't. We've seen something similar to it in the Night Sisters. We don't see it much of it here. So this is also one of those things that I compared to in Andor with the, I believe it was called the Eye or something like that.
Yeah,
These
the eye with the
planetary rituals, who that the inhabitants of a certain planet have, and just seeing that part of their culture, the indigenous people carry on that kind of tradition, is something that's pretty fresh and pretty cool to see here as part of Star Wars. This was an episode that in many parts did not feel like Star Wars, but also felt like Star Wars at the same time. And it's a very interesting phenomenon when that happens, because you really you're kind of blindsided by that. You don't really expect it, but it's also something that it just shows we have not seen this in Star Wars before. We may see something like it, but something that goes as deep um, to like specific teachings, I think is pretty awesome.
yeah.
In addition, May is a sociopath. Um, I will not let you go, so I will kill you. What the fuck?
And burn everything.
Burn everything. Oh my god. I can't stop thinking about that, because what person, like, imagine this. Shmi Skywalker. Shmi Skywalker doesn't get freed in the Phantom Menace. She doesn't get freed. Only Anakin gets freed. You don't see Anakin burning down Watto's stand. You don't see Shmi burning down Watto's stand or Mos Eisley. So what, that girl needs help, and she's not gonna get it by talking to some tree. Um, it what's your take on this? Because that that entire sequence, in my opinion, was very out of pocket.
It's crazy. It's like I'm gonna light this door on fire, and then your mom dies.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
It's
Oh
like
my god. Whatever went on up there, because at that point I definitely know it's not the Jedi that killed him. The the progression is the Jedi show up, right? And so that, like, in the earlier part of the episode, it makes you think the Jedi did it.
yeah.
But then you go to it, you go to the scene of the actual fire. May's the one who starts it. Is May the one who kills all of those witches?
That's what
And
I was thinking. Like,
it leans towards yes, because first of all, you don't see any burn marks on them, so they're not being affected by that. She definitely did something, and then the Jedi shows up. Now there might be a little bit of Jedi sussery going on over there, but I think the way that it's looking like to me, in my perspective, is that May killed all of them, and that is wild. She needs
yeah,
help. She needs
kill
to
their own
talk to
mom
some.
just because her sister was leaving. Like,
Oh my gosh.
jeez.
By the way, Space Moms, let's go. I like that. I like that. Happy Pride, y'all.
Mhm.
Um, any final thoughts?
Oh, uh, you had a Twi'lek and then Zebrak,
Yeah, the female
and
Zabrak.
Sabrak.
That was
Yeah,
the species diversity again. I think the show has done an excellent job. Why can't we see this more in the Filoni verse? Yeah, we got
you know what I
Frog
would like to
Lady,
what species I would like to bring more in? Gungans. I want more
Gungans,
Gungans.
Gungans, Nemoidians, like what we saw in episode 1. Those are all very refreshing additions. The Pip droid, I think, was one of my favorite droids ever. Very versatile, very small, and pocketable as well.
Mhm.
Um, oh, I forgot the one in Andor. The droid in Andor is one of my favorites as
The
well.
box one, I
The
love that
box
one.
one, he's so good. He is so good. But yeah. All right. Well, out of 10 time. I'm dreading your rating now, but because of the level, I'll start with mine first, and then you can let
Mhm.
me down easy or hard, however you want to do it. But I am going to rate this one an 8.5 out of 10. I think this was a very good episode, a great way to establish the backstory of the girls. I think this could have easily been a good episode two. Episode two would be episode one. This would be episode two. Episode one would be episode three. But, I think we still get the full picture here in this one.
Mhm.
It has the right, it shows the girls in their past lives and the event leading up to it in its entirety. I feel like that was a very complete storyline. Um, the girls very much take from their mothers. May is very hard and stern, and Osha's very gentle and open-minded. And so they those traits I could easily see that with their mothers very well. Um, the Jedi, mixed messaging there, but mixed messaging there, and it still leaves me with a mixed message at the end of the episode. So those are some of the things, but also the lore, the planetary lore that this planet has. The Night Sister esque witches, and the overall storyline I think is very slow but very very slow but poetic, and I think it deserves an 8.5 for that. I'm scared to
Yeah.
know what yours is.
No, I wasn't giving it an 8. It was really good.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
God. Okay. I was like, oh, I
No,
was
yeah.
so ready for you to rate it 4.5. I'm like, bruh.
No. No, I give it an 8. It was good. Like the back getting that backstory, seeing like that dark magic of like not Sith, not Jedi, and not even like a Bendu kind of
Oh
just
yes,
using the Force for their own power.
I
It's
agree.
like just her wanting to kill her sister. Like what?
Yeah,
I'm still.
out of pocket. It just it's a switch that flips, but the switch is just so drastic. Ugh,
Yeah. Yeah, I give it an 8. A solid 8. It was really good.
solid eight.
I liked it.
Compared to the last two episode ratings, 8. I think this series so far, I think is a solid 8. 8.5. Like, give it a solid point range of 7.5 to 8.5. That is
Yeah.
like between that window is the ratings for all of the three episodes this far, and hopefully next week we can see what Jensen has to say about that. Um, but yeah, that's gonna do it for us here on a Tuesday night of the TASG Watch Party. I keep dropping everything. Special thank you to Damian Garcia for joining us here tonight.
Thank you for having me on again. I know I missed last week, and I was like, ugh, I was trying to make it.
But at least we got your interesting we got you to explain your rating for it.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens, because the Yord Horde this was a very much a soul patrol episode. I think the Yord Horde is asking for more Yord next week, so we'll see what happens. But we hope to have you back here for the TASG Watch Party Tuesday nights here on Facebook Live and YouTube, live at 5:45. That is our next live stream. I don't know when I'm going to post another vlog next. It could have been the great prop swap, but I didn't. Anyways, guys, I'm Mark Cataby. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. Please hit that like and subscribe for more.